Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac. Shall we continue? Of course we're gonna continue. What do you think's gonna happen? I'm just gonna end the Binding of Isaac series right here? That's pretty unlikely, guys. Seller XL scares me a little bit. We did random. It was time for a random run in case, or unless I'm mistaken. I like the XL floors occasionally when I can use an Emperor card to skip over, like, you know, 12 or 15 rooms that I otherwise would have had to go through, but I don't like it in a situation like this for many reasons. We have no keys, so we're skipping out, well, not skipping out, but we're having to spend keys on item rooms that previously, oh man, a bomb would be so nice. Yes, we're having to spend keys in situations where previously we could have gotten into an item room for free, so it's always a possibility that we just won't be able to access these item rooms, which is super unfortunate. Beyond that, though, lately, the biggest problem with XL floors is that normally, or at least frequently, by the time you get down to the second floor, you have a Spirit Heart, and then you're much more likely to get a deal with the devil if you have a Spirit Heart because it protects you from taking red heart damage. Unfortunately, we don't have that kind of option right now. So if we want to get a deal with the devil, which I do because I'm Maggie, and one of the things that you can do as Maggie is leverage your HP to get a deal with the devil and make up for some of your offensive shortcomings, is not take damage at all, effectively. Maybe we can get a Spirit Heart. There is a Tinted Rock available. And if I could blow that up and possibly snag a Spirit Heart as soon as possible, I would be very, very interested in subscribing to that newsletter. Alright, yep, I got myself trapped in there. In my defense, I tried my damnedest not to get fucked, but it ended up working out not fantastically for me. There's a half heart. We could still get a deal with the devil. The odds have just greatly decreased. Like, literally 1/3 of the odds that they previously could have been. I don't know if this is true, but my assumption is that, oh, thank God for that key. We're probably not going to use it yet, because we could use it to go to the shop instead of going to an item room, if we just get some bombs. Because there's a Tinted Rock, as mentioned, but also there's a bunch of money associated with that. But anyway, my assumption is that you have a 100% chance of getting a deal with the devil if you're on the second floor, or the first time you have an option to get a deal with the devil. You take no red heart damage, and you beat the boss without taking damage. I believe that that gives you, if not 100, like a high 90s chance of getting a deal with the devil. I may or may not be mistaken in that, but I thought it was like 2/3 red heart damage, 1/3 not taking damage on the boss. Anyway, so that means in my perhaps warped viewpoint. Oh, that's really useful. Probably not for right now, but for later. In my warped viewpoint, we actually still have a 1 in 3 chance of getting a deal with the devil, which is pretty solid if you ask me. Hanged Man is great. That actually allows me to get all of that money without spending a bomb, which means that the shop is going to be super viable for us on this floor. Super viable is always a weird one because it makes no sense. I mean, if something's viable, it's... that's not true. I guess something could theoretically be barely viable. Anyway, my general plan for fighting the Widow is probably pretty bad, actually. I should probably spend way less time focusing on the nubs, way more time focusing on the Widow itself, because the Widow can actually destroy the nubs, thereby saving me a little bit of time, as you can see right there. We'll probably try to take care of the spiders. I mean, the same logic applies, you know, the Widow can destroy the spiders, but the spiders are much more of a risk directly to me than the nubs are. Nubs have a great indirect risk, admittedly. So let's take out the spider. We're like 1 hit away. Yeah, there we go. Good fight. We still need to not take damage against our next boss, but that should be easier depending on the item that we get from having beaten the Widow, which is HP. So it doesn't make our fight any easier, but it does make a deal with the devil that much more tempting. Alright, so it's Famini here, and that's pretty easy, a relatively good draw. Single level cube of meat will ensure that we don't end up with no orbitals, probably at least, by the end of the game. And if we do have no orbitals, that'll mean we have a 3rd level cube of meat, which is sometimes an asset in and of itself. So, we're just gonna rotate up and around here, and, you know, you've seen this fight 200 or 300 times by this point, probably not even exaggerating. So you understand fully how to actually make this work. And I think we're actually going to have a very real chance of snagging a deal with the devil here, much to my surprise. Solid play, in my opinion. Okay, yeah, shoot at me like that. Okay, I've got myself out of sync here. There we go, that's where I want to be. No deal with the devil, but there's our cube of meat. Alright, so we got other stuff to get up to on this floor. Using the Hanged Man, we will actually have enough money. Yeah, it's Hangman's son. Yeah, that's true. Using the Hangman, we'll definitely be able to get enough money in order to actually buy another key on the shop, if there is one. We know the shop's going to be not bad, at the very least. might as well come to these rooms just to see if our key situation sorts itself out before I go spending money. But hopefully you understand what I'm getting at there. It's been a very easy first floor, but we haven't quite gotten the upgrades that I would, you know, normally love to have. So our shop's got to be down here. I imagine there's no more than, you know, yeah, 1 or 2 rooms, I was going to say, but it turns out there's only 1. I would love to get a key drop here. Like, 1 key drop here would probably guarantee me all of the rooms of value that we can access. Wow, that's incredibly lucky. Now all we need is a key on the shop, and that's great. But first things first, we're going to come over here, and we have no value there, of course. We're going to Hanged Man and not get shot, preferably. We got no bombs, but that's 11 cents for a Hanged Man card, which is a great return on investment. We got the relic from our item room, and now if we only are able to access 1 item room, that was still worth it. That's worth as much as 2 item rooms, for sure. And we'll head down to the next floor after we check out our shop. Hopefully there's an item and a key in there, and Bob's your uncle, we're moving onwards. Now the question is, if there's a shitty spacebar item like Book of Revelations, do we pick it up? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, we get the compass, which is lovely. No key, though, which means we are skipping an item room. But relic, cube of meat, HP upgrade. Yeah, 1 HP upgrade. And, well, that's basically it, but still, it's pretty good. Compass as well. All right, down to the next floor. No keys, so we're kind of in a similar position. We have double the money, but not really that many places to use it. And we have the sun card, so, yeah, it turned out pretty well. We also left behind 2 tinted rocks on this floor, which I'm not thrilled about, but it happens. Alright, Catacombs 1. Are we gonna? Yeah, we're gonna. The real problem with not picking up any of those tinted rocks, in case you're, you know, not aware or it's just slipped your mind, is the fact that, unfortunately... Oh, don't shoot that again. We're in a little bit of a tricky situation here. Unfortunately, I will have to basically continue my plan to just never take damage if I want to snag a deal with the devil, which is always the kind of thing that backfires immediately after you say it. So Bloody Penny is a trinket that I used to not really like all that much, but I think it's fantastic now, especially, you know, the earlier you can get it, the better. So it's really, really useful for things like blood banks. But let's see what we've got going on here first. It's Pestilence. Pestilence is not so bad for the most part. A little bit cumbersome when your damage is low and you don't have any bombs to make it better. Shit happens, though. It's fine. We'll be able to take out Pestilence, get a 2nd level cube of meat, which, if nothing else, is a little bit of a damage improvement. DPS improvement, at least. And it's looking like it's going to be a little bit of a longer fight than I'd like, but that's okay. Mostly, like, you got the same problem against Pestilence that you have against Duke of Flies a lot of the time, which is that the enemies that it summons... Ooh, the enemies that it summons oftentimes end up taking the brunt of the shots, so you can go, like, 30 or 40 seconds without actually doing damage to Pestilence, which is the unfortunate, you know, plague that you see me afflicted with right here. Mind you, you can also get Pestilence to do a lot of damage to its own units, but mostly we're just trying to get to the era, or the section of this fight. Man, that was a really good maneuver from Pestilence there, or from the Silkworm there, but that's okay. Yeah, we're trying to get to the section of the fight where it only summons flies. They'll die in 2 hits. Not as mobile, not as quick, not as dangerous. Makes it a lot easier for me to actually stay in a good position. So, yeah, the more flies, the merrier, no question about it. Just hold down the bouton here, and in, you know, 200 or 300 years, Pestilence will actually be dead, and this is really why you desire that deal with the devil as Maggie. Get some kind of damage improvement. I'm not going to be picky. Mark Pact. Common Colds. I'll take it. Whore of Babylon is probably the only one I wouldn't take, because it's extremely unlikely to be useful for us. Maybe ever, but certainly short term. No deal with the devil. But there is a 2nd level cube of meat. I can't believe that we spend so much time on this floor and, like, accomplish so little. So I don't think there's, is there ever money inside of the neutral fly poop? I'm starting to think the answer to that question is no. I can't recall a situation where it's worked out for us, but maybe that's just, you know, my own lack of memory or my own bias applying, because I don't want to take the time to shoot that poop. Careful. Ooh, it was a little close. And we're not doing as much damage as I'd like, but everything else in this run is looking quite nice so far. Hopefully we end up Catacombs Part 2. Truth be told, I don't mind not being able to go to the shop on this level. I don't really mind taking damage at this point either. I mean, 2 hits allows us to use Yumhard for the first effective time in our actual lives here. There's a Relic. Paying out with the Spirit Heart would have been useful before the boss fight, maybe. Or before the room that we took damage on, which was just prior to the boss fight, but shit happens, I guess. And I probably should have waited to pick up that Spirit Heart until we left the floor, because now I'm going to lose it when I go into this cursed room. So, yeah, I could have lost a red heart instead and replaced it with Yum Heart. Hopefully it's the kind of thing that doesn't then end up making a difference over the course of the run, though. It's very unlikely to make a difference. That's a golden chest, so that makes my decision very easy. And inside of our cursed room... Okay, so... Dare we pick up 9 lives? Sure, I'm gonna suggest that we do it. I know we became Guppy on the last run, but you gotta, and if you hate me for taking too many Guppy items, well shit dude, I don't know what to tell you, but basically, I gotta try to become Guppy in a situation like this. You gotta try all your outs. This allows us to take some free deals with the devil. We've got the relic to back us up from a defensive standpoint. I could try to bomb my way into the secret room, but there's 2 locations, and I'd end up, you know, maybe wasting a bomb with no kind of recourse, which I could use for something like an Eternal Heart instead. You get the gist of it, probably. So there is an arcade on this floor. That's something I'm excited about. And I'm excited that now we have a Spirit Heart backing us up. I would like to get some more, which means that I have a pretty good chance of snagging a deal with the devil if I get lucky enough to not take red heart damage. And it's only the caves, so in spite of the fact that I effectively just lost 4 HP to pick up a bunch of 1 HP lives, that's okay. We're in a position where we stand poised to gain some good stuff here. Now, it doesn't have to mean, like, just because we took 9 lives, it doesn't mean that we have to get Guppy for that to be a good decision. If we end up stealing 3 deals with the devil or something like that, which is admittedly quite optimistic, but possible, then it works out well for us as well, mathematically speaking. But certainly the most likely good outcome for taking 9 lives is picking up other Guppy items in the future, which we're going to aggressively try to pursue. Could be an HP upgrade. That speed downgrade hurts quite a good deal, but keep in mind we do have Bloody Penny, as well as the Yum Heart, so we should be able to get a lot of mileage out of this blood bank here. Really? Alright, well we can do this instead if you want to. I can't believe that we haven't gotten paid out yet. It's okay, we'll work with it, but it is frustrating. Yeah, I know we could use bombs there. I kind of just want to fight the boss first instead, though. Alright, so of course, when we're super slow, the best boss that we could possibly end up fighting is Little Chad, or regular Chad, as I make that mistake again for the 500th time. Now, the great thing about Chad is that Chad gets more and more fast as the fight continues, which means that it's going to be borderline impossible for me to dodge him as the fight reaches its conclusion. What I can do is try to drop the world's most tactical bomb on Chad right at the end of the fight, or as the fight is closing, thereby potentially expediting the period of the fight in which he will have the fastest movement. We're also not going to gain anything unless we get a deal with the devil here, well, apart from the consumables that the fight will give us, because Little Chad is actually deleterious to our chances of success when we have the relic. So there's damage, so that's going to lower our chances on this fight overall. But we haven't, or chances of a deal with the devil, but we haven't taken any red heart damage on this floor. So all we gotta do is stay cool here, and this is our best chance thus far, and it's worked out. So we can steal some deals with the devil. Well, no we can't. We're gonna fight Krampus instead, which is normally great. Normally, you know, sound the horns of greatness here, but in this situation, I would much rather just steal a deal with the devil than get a free one. Because essentially, a stolen deal with the devil is a free one. It costs us a life that I don't give a shit about. And I could have then gone back and played the arcade a little bit. In playing the arcade, got a better chance to get some more HP, and I don't want to take HP if I'm just going to lose it on a deal with the devil, right? So, my verdict on this is good, but bad. In true, like, Crusader Kings 2 fashion. Let's try not to die against Krampus. If I have to, I will absolutely use my Sun card here. It might be the worst possible way to do it, but I really want to get Lump of Coal. If nothing else, it's the only damage upgrade we've had a chance to get over the course of this entire run. Minus Cube of Meat. Shit, dude. Am I going to do this? Am I really going to burn the Sun card? I mean, I know I said I would, but it was more like, don't try me, motherfucker. I got all kinds of stops that I'm going to pull out. And then when he actually called my bluff, I'm more like, oh shit, I don't want to do that, you know? I don't want to bankrupt my retirement fund and put it all on black, even if there is a 49% chance I'll double my money. We did it. It was very, very close. In a way, we're lucky that, you know, now, even if we die, we don't really lose anything. So we've got 2 keys now, so one of those keys will definitely be used on the shop, assuming we get enough money, which we really should, given our bloody penny situation. There we go. Hey, it turns out it works, guys. Yeah, okay. If we can at least get the 15 cents, that'd be nice. So far, so good. Obviously, the blood bag is super important for me, as I have basically no HP, but, you know, beyond that, long-term, really require a speed upgrade as well. Alright, so this is paying out fantastically now. Money situation's good. Bloody penny situation is paying out nicely. And we can pretty... Why? Why am I so silly sometimes? I mean, that life, let's be honest, is not really meaningful. But it was a stupid decision nonetheless. It's very unlikely to end up hurting me in the long run. It just makes me look like an idiot. Which maybe is funny, so sure, there's some value there. Well, I really hope we don't run into greed in this shop, because we have a great situation financially here. We could buy everything. There we go. It had to end at some point. I know we could gamble on the other dudes. We probably should, admittedly. We got some work to do first, though. Let's find our special area over here. That came out wrong. Let's find the gooch of this floor. And remember, we have a lump of coal now. It's the kind of thing that's pretty unlikely to make an enormous difference. But every little bit does help. And if I can stand far enough away, we can get a little bit of a damage bonus here. Let's be honest, it's nothing to write home about, but we can make it work. Now, unfortunately, we could really benefit from a speed upgrade. Well, I'm not going to go to that room just yet, again, because we know that the shop's not going to be there. So we'll come this way instead. This run is kind of... It's got the feeling that, you know, it's going to end in tears, doesn't it? Mind you, one of the 2 lives that we lost was exactly my own fault, which in a way is somehow better. That okay, all of these pills could be good. Okay, well, that's great, because it means we don't have to use a key to find out that we've got a shitty item in here. And you know what, I'm just gonna... I don't know why I popped it right away. I guess just to get it out of my mental area, but I'm very happy to have more keys. That's gonna help us out for the remainder of the game. Probably should have waited to pop it, but I was gonna open the shop anyway once we got there, so it doesn't feel so bad. And we've got another pill. I'm assuming that at some point we'll get lucky and get either a tears, speed, or HP upgrade, all of which have, you know, incredible value right now. Oh, that was a little scary. Come on, come on, there we go. Thank you for the half heart, by the way. Bombs, very hard to come by on this run. Much to my chagrin. And Caves Part 2 has not been kind to me so far. Totally, at least. Little Chad, which we can't even take. We've had to skip over 2 item rooms over the course of the game. Our other item room, thankfully, contained Little Chad, which I can't even pick up. And then our deal with the devil, which I could have completely ripped off, unfortunately, just ended up being Krampus. Are you fucking serious? Well, we know that there's a full health pill in our rotation. Let's try to stay, you know, on the bright side of life here. Now, the knockbacks fucking me up here. Alright, well, I can come down here too. Just don't... Alright, you stay there then. Hopefully you drop a bomb. No, a single penny. Well, that could be a half heart. We haven't fought any mini-bosses, so I expected we would. But we didn't. So, I am going to buy Steam Sale, just because I kind of feel why not. I should have bought Steam Sale before we bought the key. It would have saved me 2 cents, but not that big of a deal in the whole scheme of things. Now that we bought that Spirit Heart, we can lose it by going into the Curse Room, which I'm going to do. There's also another way we could have done it, of course. We could have used Yum Heart instead and not bought the Spirit Heart, but whatever is my thinking on that matter. Money is no object for us right now. Alright, well, and then on second thought, I think it might be a great idea to use the Yum Heart to do exactly that. Because easy come, easy go on that Spirit Heart, I suppose. So, really, at some point, some more HP or speed would be nice. Inside of here, we have live bombs. I can go to the secret room. Oh my god. I was like, I'll go to the secret room because there's going to be money and I'll get a red heart back anyway. Well, no such luck. So instead we use our one bomb to escape so we don't die, and then no longer have the ability to go to that mob trap room. Life's a bitch on this run. I'm starting to really feel like it was the worst idea of all time to take 9 lives there. Very few items can have such a deleterious impact on a run. So we need to win money, which means we're going to be playing these guys. They can also pay out some other fringe benefits, of course, which I would not complain about. I need bombs, money, and keys, and spirit hearts. Trinkets, a little less so, but yeah, the bombs, very nice. And again, we'll earn our money back, presumably, from deals with the devil, so we don't have to sweat this too much. That's a perfect way to have that set up. Thank you. All right, now, I would feel so much better about this floor if we could just at least snag the blood bag. If we get the blood bag, all's not forgiven, but it goes a long way. It helps us out a great deal. We should probably go to the mob trap room, but I'm too lazy to backtrack with speed so low. We'll just get back to full health some other way when the opportunity presents itself. And good. All right. Better, at least. At some point, we've got to get IV bag or blood bag. We can't play this forever. I tap out on blood banks whenever the issue presents itself, but there's no reason we should have to tap out on a blood bank with Bloody Penny and a lot of money to kind of launder here. And our financial situation is once again lovely. So Maggie's Faith is fantastic, but it would be very beneficial if we could at least get Spirit Hearts to back it up before we leave. And really, that's the only time that Maggie's Faith is applicable, right? Or worth taking is right when you're about to leave a floor, so that's fine. Seriously, like, you're a fortune teller, just pay out with Spirit Hearts. That's what you do. Thank you. So Maggie's Faith now, I have to do like a little bit of a gut check and see if it's actually worth taking. I don't know, to be honest with you. We need HP, of course. I mean, we are Maggie, we're the namesake, but I don't know. I really don't. So I'll play you until 15 cents, even though we do have Steam sale. Then I'll go use my bomb, because I know we can get value out of it. We can at least get 1 bomb plus a surplus. And then we'll probably try to go to that. I really don't want to talk about that. But at least we have another chance at this bad boy now. I got killed by a fly, in case you were curious about what happened there. What do you got for me? Bombs? Man, I am starting to feel the grind of this one. Luckily, I mean, the bombs are coming fast and furious. We got tons of keys now as well. Will that fly be gone if I come back? Yeah, it will. Okay, so I don't know. I really don't know. I'm gonna put a bomb here. Maybe the second secret room is here. I don't even know if that would have found it, but it gave me a penny, which I was hoping would give me a half heart as well. You know, I talk sometimes about how Binding of Isaac is just about waiting for a floor to open up seams. There are no seams here. There are no seams. We've tried to make some seams, but this is a textile of immaculate quality, and the seams are not presenting themselves. So this is a free bomb situation for us. Well, it's a free chest, actually, technically. But we got a free bomb out of it, just to make me more of a hypocrite. Inside of our our mob trap room is a single red heart, which effectively is a half red heart. But that does mean one more play on the blood bank, which could allow us to play on the blood bank pretty much forever. If I go through all this to get that HP plus speed upgrade, let's ignore the possibility that the IV bag shows up. If I play all this to get that HP upgrade, it's so shitty knowing that I could so easily lose it if I just die and then lose it forever. So yeah, this is one of those runs where it's certainly shaping up to look like the 9 lives pickup might have been catastrophic, to be honest with you. Like, genuinely god-awful. Now, are we still going to take Maggie's Faith on this floor? I would love to get a Spirit Heart first. We're going to keep gambling for now. I mean, I hate to do it, but I have to do it. That speed downgrade pill is fucking murdering me, though. It's going to be like an 80-minute video. Which is fine, you know. I love the long videos as much as the next guy, but at the same time, long video where you're doing good stuff is different than a long video where you're accomplishing basically nothing. I don't know. Maybe we can find a second secret room? It's a lot of bomb wasting, but Gives us something to strive for. There's a lot of second secret room locations. We've already checked 2, and there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9? That's a lot. We don't have 9 bombs, so maybe we'll stop this as it sits. I really want to leave the caves part 2, but at the same time, leaving this floor with 1 HP is almost assuredly a death sentence for the next floors of the game. Alright. On the bright side, we haven't had to backtrack too much because Bloody Penny hasn't been paying out on floors outside of the arcade, or rooms outside of the arcade. I don't know if that's technically the bright side, but I'm choosing to think of it like that. And I think we may set a record for the longest Caves Part 2 of all time on this episode. But I can't do anything else. If I had not taken 9 lives... Oh my god! If I had not taken 9 lives, I would absolutely have left this area by now. I almost walked into it again. I would be so mad at myself. I'm already mad at myself for losing 3 lives to this blood bank, which is comical. Is all forgiven? Shit, man. I don't know. But we're taking Maggie's faith, and we're going to try to get some spirit hearts. Or we're just not going to take damage. So our speed is back at a reasonable level. I guess I'm thankful? Maybe? Well, what have we gotten from this floor? Lump of coal, blood bag, a speed downgrade. What did we get on the shop? Steam sale, that's not worth too much. Curse room contained nothing of value. Little Chad, we're not even going to pick up. Well, you know, we do have... Oh, thank you. I was just about to say we have a saving grace in that the relic will pay out soon. And it did. So now we can maybe protect our HP. And protecting our HP is very important here. It should go without saying that if guppy items show up, I'm in. I'm all in. Now, I don't think it's worth a bomb there in that situation. We can't do anything in that room. So it's time to go. Necropolis 1. Perfect. That's lovely. So, our quest to not take damage has gotten substantially harder. That's okay, though. All we gotta do is, like, live long enough to stack up a few spirit hearts. And then we're more or less in the clear. So, as you might expect, heading for the shop first, because I have a lot of money and the Steam sale. And I am assuming that we'll have a greed fight. We'll try to... Oh, fuck. Try to hit up the curse room. It's looking like my dream, unfortunately, of this eternal heart living might be short-lived in and of itself. My cube of meat actually blew up one of the bombs right in my face. Which is not its fault, you know, it's just rotating, man. I could have moved out of the way, but it was a bit of a difficult situation. Alright, just be cool here. One second, I gotta check on something. Alright. It's all good. That key is, I think, worth picking up, but maybe not worth picking up right now. This is totally worth doing. We need this to not be that. I mean, damage upgrade from Curved Horn is lovely. In fact, if we were smart, and of course we ended up fighting Greed, as mentioned, but if we were smart, we would take Curved Horn and then use that for this entire floor, and then just pick up Maggie's Faith when we leave. That's the best play. So I should have definitely taken it into this room, which I thought about using a bomb on, but have decided against in the hopes that I can just win cleanly. Oh man, I really hope that we would get a Spirit Heart there. Well, we're going to continue with our exploratory stuff here. Because we have to. So let's move over. We've got enough keys to get into that item room. Just give me Spirit Hearts back. This room is a goddamn nightmare. Lots of intersecting fields of damage. Whoa, okay. Lump of coal, maybe it's time to transition to this side. No more shots. No more shots, I said. This is a dead end. Which is fine as long as we get a Spirit Heart. Because it's looking like we're going to survive. No Spirit Heart, but we get a Judgment. So the Sun card is great. Judgment card is also great if we snag a deal with the devil. I don't think you can just use it on a curse room. Maybe you can, though. I know for sure you can use it on a deal with the devil. But we'll use it on this floor regardless, because we want to take the Sun card with us. Even though with such little HP, the Sun card is not as valuable right off. as it normally is. So you know what? I think we're saying fuck MAGGYS faith forever. I'm not... It was one room away. Yeah, I think we're gonna say fuck MAGGYS faith forever. We just don't have the spirit hearts to back it up, and we don't have the means with which to dodge the damage in order to keep it. So getting a straight damage upgrade seems way more important. Well, on a bright side, if we lose all our spirit hearts, we can use Yum Heart to gain access to the curse room without putting ourselves in too much risk. Yeah, there we go. Might want to not do that, though, because it'll cause red heart damage, which will mean that we're going to be less likely to snag a deal with the devil. We haven't taken red heart damage on this floor. We've taken eternal heart damage. Thanks for the key. Shit, dude. So, let's go fight our boss first, I guess. This run is slipping away really quickly. Should have focused on this guy first. And now, of course, they do this fucking intersecting dodges that makes it impossible to take care of them. Thank you, lump of coal. You're dead. We're gonna get through this room just fine. No consumables, but we're closer to the relic showing up. Not gonna touch any of that shit. Alright, 5 double spiders. Is a bit of a scary room. Oh, I got lucky. Thank you, cube of meat. Please don't be fighting war on this floor. So our deal with the devil odds are borderline nil, which means we'll probably just end up using judgment as opposed to waiting to use it for the opportune moment. We'll just be using it whenever the moment seems right. I knew it was gonna activate at some point. Just be careful. In a weird way, taking damage and losing a bunch of money would actually maybe be good as a health decision, because we would maybe stand to gain twice as much HP as we lose just by way of the bloody penny. Oh, which we don't have anymore. Right, disregard. Okay. The bloat. This is the example of be careful what you wish for, I guess, although I'm still glad we're not fighting war, because at least we can snag some kind of attribute upgrade here. Mind you, we could get something that's more or less worthless as well. So it's, you know, it's always a risk. With Cube of Meat, you know what you're getting, and that's sometimes great and sometimes terrible. You know? You don't always want a Cube of Meat. With stuff like this, you never know what you're getting. I think our deal with the devil chances are, like, literally nil, which is not good for business. Maybe somehow we'll get exceptionally lucky, though. Yep, that was terrible dodging, but by the same token, I kind of backed myself into a corner there. Or found myself backed into a corner, perhaps more accurately. Come on. Stop jumping. Stop creating creep. Those are the only 2 rules I have. Only use your one attack, which is easy to dodge. That I just got hit by. Don't die at the end of this fight. Oh, that was close. Well, there's another spirit heart in our HP upgrade. There's our judgment. We'll play him right away. So we're up to 3 HP. Judgment is going to pay out with some good stuff. I guarantee it. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah, thanks for the full health. Means something to somebody. Yeah, okay. We still got our curse room. That could give us some guppy hope. Oh, okay. Now we're back to MAGGY's starting HP. And we almost have a decent amount of damage, but not really. Oh, that was probably lucky. We have to take Poison Touch. I'm taking too much damage to not pick it up. I know, I mean, we can't reroll it, or, yeah, so why not pick it up? I'm just gonna say, oh, it's not worth fighting these enemies to get Poison Touch? I don't think so. And just move around. That's usually the hardest. Hoppers are no big deal, as long as they actually, you know, fall into my range of fire. Zambro's not so bad. Just get him going, and then let Lump of Coal do the dirty work. Ah, that was great dodging on my part. I didn't deserve a deal with the devil on this floor. I mean, selfishly, I feel like I deserve one because I put in some time and some heartache on this run, but let's be honest, we probably don't deserve a deal with the devil. Deal with the angel might have been nice, though. Give me a sacred heart and we can start talking about possibly having a victory on this run. Alright, so curse room. Work with me, baby. What do you got? Yeah, okay. So we get the miter. So I'm very glad I didn't pick up Little Chad. But I still would have preferred even like Guppy's head, to be honest with you. Just put us a little bit closer to that really off chance of becoming Guppy. Because what we have right now is my classic and trademark run that I don't really like that much. Our defense isn't even that high, but we do have Relic and Miter, admittedly, and not 1 HP, which is a nice change of pace from the last floor. But we have so little damage that basically we're just on life support. We have a lot of ways to not die, but not a lot of ways to kill. Small rock, small rock. Single Spirit Heart. Well, maybe on the next floor that ends up saving us some heartache. And here we are. We're gonna stick with Yum Heart for some reason. We're gonna get back to full HP and we're gonna go. And, you know, I feel like we have a great shot at beating Mom. That's the most optimistic thing I'll say about this run right now. I feel like we've got a great shot at beating Mom. If we have an incredibly good shop, well, who knows what happens there. But apart from that, let's just move on. That was slightly off the door there. Okay, I've got to admit something. I was looking down at my cat to make sure it was okay, because it came in here and meowed a little bit. And instead, I used a key to open that lock. So I'll admit that I was not super focused there. But, you know, my cat's life is more important than this Binding of Isaac episode. It's choking or something. It'll be fine. I'm just joking. It's just doing cat things. It's fine. All right, our item room. All stats up. That is a huge get for us, sincerely. The speed up is... That was not me. Isaac just does that. You know it to be true. The speed upgrade is huge. Tears and damage. Even range, you know, like our range was not anything to write home about there. Now with Lump of Coal, and combined with our newfound range, tears, and damage, we've got some okay killing power. Not to mention... Well... Did I leave that sun card on the last floor? I actually have made so many terrible mistakes on this run. Like rookie level mistakes. And there's some Isaac episodes, I'll admit, where I look at the comments and I go, oh, that's just nitpicking. I'm pretty sure when I look at the comments on this episode, I'm gonna be like, yep, you know what, valid. But at least the mistakes I've made are so juvenile that I know I've made them, as opposed to the norm for me, which is, why are people mad about the fact that I took a special item? I don't get it. Which again, if you think I'm making fun of people who leave that criticism, that's not my intention. My intention is instead to say, or to poke fun of my own ignorance. Let's point it that way. Not rude ignorance, just, you know, your standard innocent ignorance. Good. Spirit Heart helps. I don't think I definitely took red heart damage on this floor. Don't be silly. Okay, so we got Chub. Chub sat alone on a boggy marsh, totally motionless except for his heart. Mud crept up into Chub's pajamas, totally confused all the passing piranhas. He's Chub. He's Chub. What's in his head? Now, yeah, this is awful. I mean, I really don't like paying for Bum Friend because it sucks. And the fact that I got rid of the Sun card by accident is terrible, but at least I got, and only one bomb. I'm gonna use it for this instead. At least I got the bad trip pill, which is slightly something that can help out. We're gonna go to our curse room. It can give us full health is basically what I'm trying to get at. Still thinking of that Presidents of the United States of America song. I wonder if, you know, some real, like, former presidents of the United States of America formed a band and they called it the Presidents of the United States of America, if the band of the Presidents of the United States of America would sue them. You think so? Do you think you would have the gall to sue, like, Bill Clinton and Gerald Ford? Is Gerald Ford still alive? Maybe? Jimmy Carter for sure is. Would you have the gall to sue them? You'd be like, thanks for the service you've done to our country, but you're infringing on my trademark? I don't know. I don't think you do, honestly. You want to go in a court battle against the former most powerful man in the free world? Well, I don't know how I got on this discussion, but now I'm thinking about it and it can't be stopped. So we're gonna go to our curse room before the devil room. Why do we go to our curse room? Or sorry, not the devil room. Hopefully a deal with the devil, but there's almost no chance for us to get it. Our curse room before our boss room. Cause shit, dude, if there's an item that I like, then I want to have it, even if it is gonna cost us some HP to get there. So, one red chest, some flies. That's a spirit heart down the train. Down the train? Down the drain. But this floor has been okay, with the exception of having to pick up either Bum Friend or nothing on the shop. I like it. Spirit hearts will keep us alive long enough to possibly snag a deal with the devil on the next floor, which is really where the good stuff starts to happen if we can get one of those. If we have an XL floor on our next floor, well, it's been fun while it lasted. Alright, regular version of Mom. We do have the damage necessary to make something half decent happen here. It's gonna be a slower fight than probably normal, but trying to, whenever possible, remember to, that was a clutch dodge there. Whenever possible, remember to stand as far away from Mom as I can get away with, so that lump of coal gets the relevant damage bonuses. In the meantime, our crowd control is okay, mostly by virtue of our newfound rate of fire. And it's regular version of Mom. Regular version of Mom is a good version of Mom. Maybe the easiest for us in this circumstance. Sometimes Red Mom is a little easier if you have a, like, slow but high damage. Like Mom's Knife, Red Mom's easier, I think. But for our situation, I think this Mom's easiest. And we're gonna get through this without taking damage, it seems, which is very surprising to me. Oh, never mind. And I'm totally psyched to actually find a speed upgrade here. So what sucks about this is that we're gonna have to get rid of the curved horn. We tried, though. No Mom's Purse for us to grab, unfortunately. And this floor, this is big. This is big. We have enough Spirit Hearts and the precedent of a deal with the devil, and Angel, admittedly, to get ourselves a special room at the end. We should not take red heart damage before the boss. It's almost unfathomable. We'll have a boss fight. Maybe the boss fight ends up being the Fallen. Gives us a good chance of getting a Guppy item. We also have a curse room. There is a realistic chance that we could actually end up, if not becoming Guppy, at least snagging some Guppy items. Guppy's Paw would help out a great deal. The Spirit Heart's dropping like crazy right now. And we don't really need all that much to win this run. Now that we've got Relic and Miter, we just need some offensive punch. Like, admittedly, kind of a lot of offensive punch, as you can tell by this room. Obviously, a Brimstone Mom's Knife would be great. I would settle for Pact or Mark. I'm not going to be very picky about the deals with the devil that show up, that's for sure. And, of course, the ability to fly would be lovely as well, but, you know, we want Guppy items, we want the ability to fly, we want fucking Mom's Knife, we want the Pact, the Mark, something's got to give. We can't always get what we want. Luckily, the devil room, if we get it, will probably be Necronomicon the Quarter anyway, so we don't have to worry about that kind of problem. Okay, so we effectively got nothing from that curse room. That's a big blow to our chances. But it's all good. It is all good. For now. If we just stay cool, we shouldn't have too much in the way of trouble here. It is the womb. That's the easier version of the floor. Champion drops a Spirit Heart. Champion drops, well, more or less, right? Kind of. These Spirit Hearts might end up being very important. Critically important. I really, really don't want to use a bomb to make this room go any faster. That was bad damage. But it's extremely tempting because of all the fucking rocks in the way. It might be best for me to just, you know, eat shit on it, though, and take forever. We killed 2 of them, I guess. There's a lump of coal at work. Doing good stuff. Pop up. Yeah, okay. So we lost 2 Spirit Hearts there. That's a terrible draw in that room. And there is a greed in the secret room. It almost feels worth it because if it dropped... well, okay. Let's go through the possible permutations. It's greed. We kill it. It drops a bunch of money. It's super greed. We kill it. It drops a bunch of money. It's super greed. We kill it. It drops the quarter. Or it's greed, we kill it, and it tries to drop the Steam Sale, but because we already have the Steam Sale, it can't, and thus gives us something better. I think, after going through all those possible permutations, I'm going to choose to just avoid that room, because I'd probably take more damage than I'd stand to gain. Stand to gain in any kind of benefit, not in a damage-specific focus. Anyway, but yes, in a damage-specific focus as well, that would still apply. So we haven't taken red heart damage. Ideally, we end up with a relatively easy boss fight here. It's been very lucky with respect to Spirit Hearts dropping. Well, lucky or having the Miter. Let's do this. Skolex. Okay, I'm not going to use a bomb. As tempted as I might be, it would be a foolish decision. Hurt yourself, Skolex, to see if you still feel. Now. Good. Don't get close. I made that mistake a few times before in the past. Because it's so tempting to try to, you know, speedrun Skolex or speed it up, because it could take a while here. But it's much better for me. In fact, I'm just gonna, yeah, whenever that happens, I'm not gonna try to get behind it. I'm just gonna go to the side and try to hit it a couple times. And maybe he'll pop up with a tail, or he'll hurt himself with a stupid bomb or something like that. That's what we wanted right there. Get a few hits in at least. Better. It's gonna be a little bit of a longer Skolex fight than we're probably used to. That could have easily taken damage, so I felt a little anxiety there. That's a good one. Oh, he didn't hurt himself. How does that work? I can't believe we didn't hurt him there. Perfect dodge. He's got to be... I mean, we can see his HP. He's so close to death. Come on. Remember when we used to one-shot Skolex? Those were the days, huh? The mom's knife era. There's our deal with the devil. Squeezy, lovely. Those spirit hearts aren't going to inhibit any deals with the devil. This is a big moment. Guppy items. Well, we have to, right? We took Spirit of the Night. It's not Guppy items. It is an ability to fly. The ability to fly. Helps us out a great deal. Now our defense is going to be our major focus on this run. For better and for worse. And I say for better and for worse because I really, at this point, just needed offensive items. Bad Trip is still probably better. I mean, the Fool just sucks. Outside of the deal with the devil possibilities. But, yeah, I really wanted to leverage some of our HP into giving us more killing potential, but instead we ended up with a situation where I leveraged some of our HP into, let's be honest, saving more HP. So, it's doubling down on our defense, which is the way that I hate to win runs, but mostly I just like winning runs. So if we can make that happen, that's good. It's a second bad trip and a second speed down. I think it's fair to say that pills have not been our strong suit on this run. I was really hoping that one of you would actually shoot a bomb. Not now. The time has passed. Well, alright. We might actually have a shot at this one. And, again, I've been complaining a lot, so you might be saying, well, what do you mean you have a shot at it? You haven't shut up about how bad this run has been the whole time. Well, you're not wrong, but we've gotten enough defensive items to overcome our offensive shortcomings, it seems. We may actually have a legitimate chance at victory here. Which is good. It's gonna be a long finish, though. Oh, okay, well, we lost 2 Spirit Hearts, gained 1. Shit happens. Demon Judgment, of course. We don't know what this pill does, so we'll save it and see if maybe we can use it as a full health. It's not. It's friends till the end. Still a good time to use it. So, we have Bad Trip. Bad Trip doesn't work properly, for lack of a better word. If you still have Spirit Hearts, Bad Trip won't work in your favor. Oh, come on. There's no half hearts back here, so I can at least get some Polaroid invincibility. So Bad Trip's not going to help us, unfortunately. But we might be able to get enough red hearts just to get a payout anyway. We might as well fight. Oh, we can get 2 plays on Demon Judgment. I'm a dummy. Oh, yeah. Okay, so will you... That was not what I meant to do, but the permanent Polaroid invincibility will give me many plays here. Oh, man, that's so bad. All right, Chariot. Let's make it work. Definitely want to make sure I take the Polaroid with me. I gotta keep playing this. I know we're gonna lose Spirit Hearts, but we did gain Spirit Hearts pretty quickly as well. That's another Bad Trip pill. There we go. We got the mark. Totally worth it. We got 1 Spirit Heart back, and way more damage now. That's actually like close to a full 1 damage increase, I think. So, I mean, we only have 1 bomb. I kind of feel like it's not even worth using 1 bomb. Rather save it for like a Tinted Rock than making this fight slightly shorter. You never know, we can get the small rock out of that or something. So it's going to be a super long Mom's Heart fight. Prepare thyself. It's going to be a long one. That's okay, of course. As long as we come out of it on the right side of history. You got to be dead, yeah. Alright, so I'm standing as far back as I can. Getting that lump of coal damage stacked up. And it's amazing when you're in a situation like this, you can really see how little HP the minions have compared to Mom's Heart. Normally, Mom's Heart melts super quickly, obviously. This is not one of those situations. Wanted to knock that poop out one way or the other. So we're about a quarter, maybe, of the way done. Maybe a 1/5. Obviously, once we get down to permanent Polaroid invincibility, our life's going to become a lot easier. That's a little bit better there. And again, you can see even the Zambros don't really have that much HP relative to the missus herself. I guess I turned into Andy Cap there for a moment. Now, we're about 50%. I really thought there was a chance we can get down to permanent bomb state there. We're going to have to deal with Chubb, but hopefully we manage to get Mom down into permanent bomb state before Chubb blocks all the shots. No. So we're actually going to have to fight Chubb. which shouldn't be so bad. We fought Chubb earlier with less damage, and it was fine, and a lot less speed. The mark does give you some speed as well. It gives you a little bit of speed, a little bit of tears, and a lot of damage, whereas the pact gives you like a lot of tears, a little bit of speed, and a little bit of damage, if I remember correctly. I know the mark is more damage focused and the pact is more tears focused, but the pact also gives you double the spirit hearts. It's pretty rare for that to actually factor into the decision, but I think most people do prefer the pact to the mark. You could probably pretty easily run calculations and figure out which one is actually better for your situation. And it should be situational. Like, if you have Mom's Knife, you'd probably prefer to get damage as opposed to tears. But anyway, we're done. And we gained some spirit hearts here. I'm starting to think we might have a chance here, which is comical, but whatever. Let's give it a try. Yeah, there's a curse room. There's lots of curse rooms on a run. We're probably going to choose not to go to that one because it's not on the way. Even if we could have a chance to become Guppy, our Guppy odds are nearly 0 at this point. That's what I was looking for. A possibility of going to the left here, maybe finding the boss room. Maybe not, but maybe. And our damage is good enough now. Maybe not good enough to beat the boss quickly, but certainly good enough to get through the rooms preceding it at a pretty good rate. We get some half hearts. We may choose to play the blood bank here a little bit. For reasons unbeknownst, I guess. It might be a little bit of a foolish play, but there we go. So yeah, we can do this twice, I guess. Sure. You never know if maybe that's going to make the difference. It's probably not going to, but it could. And this looks like the right way to get to our boss room. We have a tinted rock as well. What did I say? Maybe we'll save the bomb for a tinted rock as opposed to skipping one wave. And it gave us a golden chest, which in hindsight was a terrible decision, except it paid out with flat penny. So now I have way too few keys to actually open anything on the chest. Well, I can open 2 chests on the chest. Let's not get into formalities here, huh? But by playing that blood bank with some extra red hearts, I could get some money and then play, pick up that money with flat penny and probably get enough keys to actually open the chests. Maybe. We'll see. But we don't have to think about it too much right now. I can't believe I got hit by that one. Okay, more spirit hearts. That's fine. And another golden chest. I don't really feel comfortable opening that. Maybe I could, though. So I'm going to sacrifice a spirit heart to get many pennies here, which should give me many keys, and then I'll feel better about the situation. That one didn't work. Do we not have permanent Polaroid invincibility? No, we do. When does it run out? We could get the HP upgrade here, too. Oh, I'm just hemorrhaging spirit hearts, aren't I? I really want one more. Come on. Hey, that's pretty solid. Okay. Considering we have flat penny, I'm gonna open that golden chest. It should give us a penny, a key, or an item. Yeah, exactly. And if it gives us an item, what am I sad about? That's exactly what I would have gotten from the chest. An HP upgrade is probably better than the average item you get at the chest at this point, because really, like, stacking up those red hearts helps us out a lot right now, because I need, well, it makes Bad Trip better when it becomes full health. So that helps out a lot, actually. It's not like picking up a 1-up or a Sun card quite yet, but it's getting similar, at least. Actually, I guess it's almost exactly the same as the Sun card, except we don't get the benefit of the compass and map and Necronomicon effects, but so be it. Alright, so we're shooting in a lot of shots here, obviously. Dodging's been pretty on point so far. I knew I was going to get hit at some point, but I was kind of paralyzed. Didn't know when to move. We have Poison Touch, so next time I get hit, I should really run in there. Still got Spirit Hearts stacked up off the screen. About halfway through the fight, I've been hit 3 times. That's not so bad, given the rate at which we generate Spirit Hearts. We can recover from that very quickly, if we need to. It's possible we won't need to. Angel Fetus is about to show up. We're gonna win this run, aren't we? That's surprising to me. It's not the craziest run we'll ever win, assuming we do win it, which is not a bygone conclusion yet, or foregone conclusion yet. But it's looking real good. I'm just gonna... that bomb's gonna be worthless. I always forget that you can't actually kick bombs in if you put them too close to yourself. It's a weird Isaac-y thing. Careful. Careful, and you should be dead, and we're good. Okay, more Spirit Hearts, thank you. Alright, oh my god, just... whenever I get hit, just bump into as many Angel Fetuses as you can. So our Spirit Hearts are not off the screen anymore. That was to be expected, though. From a fight like this. Good, we leave. We leave. Okay. There's Greed. Skinny Odd Mushroom, love it. Hourglass, not a huge fan. Sack of Pennies, pretty much straight up garbage. I believe Sack of Pennies actually makes my, oh, we're definitely gonna do this. I believe Sack of Pennies actually makes Miter and Relic worse, which is why we're not gonna pick that up. So you don't need me to tell you how much I fucking hate double Monstro rooms. So my thinking is, I will just focus on taking out one Monstro at a time. What always happens is like one Monstro goes crazy, and then I stop worrying about getting them in sync with one another. What I'm actually gonna try to do now is just keep one Monstro, the red one in this case, in like the laser state. And then we only have one Monstro 2 to deal with. So instead of getting all, you know, in a kerfuffle whenever they start not being in sync with one another, instead, I can be totally okay just getting them, just, you know, dodging one's shots, and then getting the other one into the point where they're in sync again. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Spirit Heart. We only got hit once, so that's good. Now, of course, in spite of our situation, the fact that we have very few bombs and all of that, I'm still gonna get Sloth last because a single tarot card could be so meaningful. The Sun card is better than Bad Trip if we could get it. And there's other tarot cards that would be super beneficial as well. Like, instead of taking Bad Trip, maybe I'd rather take the Empress in. Maybe. Would it save me, would the extra damage from the Empress save me 5 hits of damage? Possibly. The Hangman is absolutely terrible. Well, we might as well take Samson's Lock because we're not getting any benefit out of the Polaroid at this point. I don't really want to use the Hourglass on this room. This is one of the easiest rooms you can come across at this point in the game. So Samson's Lock, I believe, just gives you the effects of rage, if I remember correctly, which sounds like a dope-ass B-movie from the mid-80s. Taking a lot of damage for what's supposed to be one of the easiest rooms at this point in the game. Well, what can I say? I am always a little bit contradictory to myself. It's part of my charm, I think. If I have any. There's another key. We can actually use that effectively. I think we got a pretty good shot at this win. Oh, Daddy Longlegs helps out a little bit. Not a ton. Because it only goes once on those final fights. Well, like the final fight, I guess, in this situation. But it does help. Oh, I really thought I'd be able to sneak around there. Come on, Daddy Longlegs. Help me out a little bit more than you are, please. Just a little bit. I'm not asking for the world. Oh, yeah, that was bad of me. Put myself in harm's way from too many things at the same time. It would be pretty sweet if this Bad Trip pill ends up being the difference between life and death. It would just be funny, right? It wouldn't be the first time it's happened. It would be kind of funny. Ooh, that was scary. So again, stay perpendicular to the horse on this. Otherwise, I really risk taking damage from bumping it into me. It's gotta die soon. I refuse to believe that this can take as long as it's taking. Okie dokie. Well, certainly one of these days we'll be able to progress. I knew our damage wasn't great, but I didn't think it was that fucking bad. Alright, this is easy-ish room. I don't really want to use a bomb here, but I think I will. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. It's not like we're going to use one bomb effectively against Blue Baby, and that'll make all the difference anyway. Yeah. Man, Miter plus Relic are definitely the winners of this run. Shall we? We'll use the Hourglass right away. Probably more effective to use it after the Angel Fetuses show up, but whatever. Maybe we'll get a head start. That'll be good for morale, and that'll make up the difference in effectiveness. So definitely Poison Touch. Already a third of the way through the fight. I'm not going to worry too much about dodging because there's just going to be too many shots. I think it'll distract me from doing damage. And I really think that to win this one, my best chances lie with going toe-to-toe with Blue Baby. You may disagree, and I'm sure many of you do. In situations like this, I should at least give dodging a try. We might not even have to use the Bad Trip pill. I'm pretty excited about the way that this has turned out. I didn't enjoy parts of this run as we slogged our way through. And, you know, if you were going to say I told you so about 9 lives, you were right. You fucking told me so. We're not really benefiting from having 9 lives at all. And I died a lot of times due to incredibly stupid mistakes, including that one almost right there. But we ended up pulling it out in the end anyway. Excuse me. As always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps a lot. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.